Hello, sisters and brothers. Our devotional for today, for May 15, is a reflection on My Utmost for His Highest, a series of devotionals written and compiled by Oswald Chambers. You can always find the link to the daily devotional at utmost.org. And he's in the middle of a couple of devotionals looking at habits. And today is the habit of rising to every occasion. He uses one verse from Ephesians, but that's actually the beginning of a rather long sentence. So I'm going to read a few verses from Ephesians chapter 1 so we have the context. Starting at verse 18 of Ephesians chapter 1. I pray that the eyes of your heart may be enlightened in order that you may know the hope to which he has called you, the riches of his glorious inheritance in his holy people, and his incomparably great power for us who believe. That power is the same as the mighty strength he exerted when he raised Christ from the dead and seated him at his right hand in the heavenly realms, far above all rule and authority, power and dominion, and every name that is invoked, not only in the present age, but also in the one to come. And God placed all things under his feet, and appointed him to be head over everything for the church, which is his body, the fullness of him who fills everything in every way. And for the devotional, Chambers uses verse 18 partially, and that reads, that you may know what is the hope of his calling. And this again is the habit of rising to the occasion. Remember that you have been saved so that the life of Jesus may be manifested in your body. See 2 Corinthians 4, verse 10. Direct the total energy of your powers so that you may achieve everything your election as a child of God provides. Rise every time to whatever occasion may come your way. You did not do anything to achieve your salvation, but you must do something to exhibit it. You must work out your own salvation, which God has worked in you already. Philippians 2, verse 12. Are your speech, your thinking, and your emotions evidence that you are working it out? If you are still the same miserable, grouchy person set on having your own way, then it is a lie to say that God has saved and sanctified you. God is the master designer, and he allows adversities into your life to see if you can jump over them properly. By my God, I can leap over a wall. Psalm 18, verse 29. God will never shield you from the requirements of being his son or daughter. 1 Peter 4, verse 12 says, Beloved, do not think it strange concerning the fiery trial which is to try you, as though some strange thing happened to you. Rise to the occasion. Do what the trial demands of you. It does not matter how much it hurts as long as it gives God the opportunity to manifest the life of Jesus in your body. May God not find complaints in us anymore, but spiritual vitality, a readiness to face anything he brings our way. The only proper goal of life is that we manifest the Son of God, and when this occurs, all of our dictating of our demands to God disappears. Our Lord never dictated demands to his Father, and neither are we to make demands on God. We are here to submit to his will so that he may work through us what he wants. Once we realize this, he will make us broken bread and poured out wine with which to feed and nourish others. Now, at the start of this devotional, it almost has a hint of a prosperity message where we are meant to be overcomers. But if you listen and read carefully through what Chambers is saying and what the text is saying, it's simply that we are called to show up and to exhibit the life of Jesus in any and every circumstance that may come our way. We are more than equipped to handle this because of the life of Jesus, who died, rose again, and has been resurrected, and now has everything placed underneath his feet. Jesus is the total authority in our lives, and he ought to be. So when we work out our salvation, what we're simply doing is we are responding to these circumstances that we recognize God has allowed to happen in our lives. They are things to which we are uniquely equipped and uniquely prepared to respond in the way that God has designed us. But we have to allow Jesus to shine through in order for us to respond in the way that honors and glorifies him. So think about that. It's not that we are simply to go through life as there will be no trouble coming our way. We can overcome everything. We will face trouble, we will face difficulty, but we're meant to rise to that occasion. We're meant to respond and to remember that the life of Jesus can be displayed through us and in our responses. Thank you as always for listening. Be safe today and stay well.